It's Victor with VentoBot, and today I'm going to show you how I turn one 8 to 10 minute video into like a video that gets posted everywhere. Now, before we begin, go on over to ventobot.com you can get the book for free. Just cover shipping. I'll send it right over to you. And that is our exact 4 phases we take our private clients through so that you can start implementing yourself. Obviously, you're going to have questions, so we have a group that you can go into like that and ask further questions there. Now, let me get back into exactly how I do this one 8 to 10 minute video, and this is an example of it. Now, I'm trying something a little bit different. This time I'm doing it on my personal profile compared to my page. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see that's where it gets distributed. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, fantastic. You're going to get that distributed there. If you're watching this on Twitter, but you can see I'm doing one Facebook Live, and then it gets distributed amongst everywhere. And I'll show you that in how I exactly do it. And this is kind of how I map out content. And it's essentially going from like one video here, it gets sent out, it gets sent to like a G Drive folder, and then automatically gets sent to YouTube, to Twitter, to LinkedIn, and then it gets chopped up even further. I can even chop it up even further to go to IG Story, so then it's 1 to 3 minute segments of this particular video, so that it'll then go into like Instagram, and then I can post it on Facebook again or LinkedIn again, and then I can even go even further and turn it into content like articles and everything like that. Now, we do provide this as a service, and that's kind of more of an in-depth approach, but the initial part where it just gets distributed, just imagine if you spend 8 to 10 minutes of your time providing content on one platform that then gets distributed amongst multiple platforms. So we call that the automated content strategy. And before I forget, we go over that in depth and how to do that particular section of it in our book. So go on over to ventobot.com/book to get your free copy, send it right over to you. Now, one of the cool things here, and I can see a couple people popping in there, so and my computer's connected over there, so that's kind of how I see it. But this is how we turn this one video into multiple pieces of content that gets distributed. Of course, there's automation software set up like Zapier that connects certain things, and I use other posting software and stuff like that that's connected as well. But this one setup, and I'm gonna actually go dive a lot deeper into my group, and I'm gonna show you like a over the shoulder screen share of how we actually go through that process. I'll show you the software that we use. It'll be an affiliate link, so that's kind of just to be completely transparent there, because I'm an affiliate partner with that particular software. But that way you can actually start setting it up yourself. You can get that piece going, that one piece, like you create one 8 to 10 minute video. It can even be 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever, however long you want. I just use 8 to 10 minutes. Then we go into like the G Drive, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. Oh, before I forget, it also actually gets distributed, and the audio gets ripped and turned into SoundCloud. It gets posted on Spotify, on Anchor. So like, just imagine 8 to 10 minutes of my time gets turned into multiple platform content with a snap of a button like that. I'm just literally pushing go live, and it happens like that. So that is how I create content. That is how you create the frequency. And again, we call this the automated content strategy. This is something I learned from one of my mentors, where he calls it the content machine. And it goes a lot further in depth with his. Ours is more of a scaled down version for people like you. So now, I want to transition into something that I did, because I just got back from a mastermind weekend, and this particular weekend, what we ended up learning, I learned it from multiple 6-figure people, 7-figure, 8-figure, even some 9-figure business owners. And essentially, I posted about this earlier, and one of the things I learned that was the most common thing amongst all of them is they focus on one thing. And that's very important, because there's a lot of things, and this happens all the time with myself, and especially in my early days. You'd come back from conferences and you'd be like, man, I have a page full of notes. What do I start with first? You're excited and you don't know what to do, and then you lose momentum. So I'll always go now with the lens of, I'm looking for one idea that's going to change my business in the next 30 days, in the next 90 days. And that's one of the things here. I actually was just having a conversation with somebody. He messaged me and sent a voice message. Eric, shout out to Eric. Is I'm actually implementing the 15-minute webinar too. So that is something that we're going to be implementing in our business. I've already set it up. We just got to set up the page, throw it out there, so that we can have it and set up and start talking to our most ideal top 4% of clients. And I actually plan to do a more in-depth training again in our group later on. Of course, once I tested it, I won't tell you something that I haven't tested myself because I don't like to base things off of theory. So with that said, going over to the group, you can find that actually at, I think the group is called, the link is called Momentum Maker, but if you search the group Conversational Marketing Mastery, I talk a lot about Facebook ads and a lot about chatbots in that group, as well as have podcast interviews with other people. So that way you can kind of get some information going, learn from other industry experts to see, again, I'm not trying to create infobesity here. I'm trying to help you to actually get a result. Again, always looking from the lens of find one thing that you feel is going to move your business in the next 30 to 90 days, and that's going to allow you to like take that and run with it. So again, going over here, I see we got Josh over here. So hey, Josh. But now going into this, just to kind of wrap things up before I let you go, is I turned this 8 to 10 minute video, use a piece of software, and I had set up, again, through automations along with Zapier, things like that, to send this particular video that you're seeing now is going to be sent to a Google Drive folder automatically. And then what's going to happen is it's going to then transcribe the video. It's going to post it to Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And it's going to create the title and everything like that. It's going to create a before and after call to action. It's going to create the description in the beginning and at the end. I love this software. So again, I'll go more in depth to it in my group, where I'm going to go an over-the-shoulder look and show you exactly how I set it up, show you the software, and again, I'll send you the link so that you can get it yourself. It'll be an affiliate link, of course, but however, with that said, this then gets pulled even further. This one video from YouTube is really what triggers it. It then gets sent to SoundCloud, and it also gets sent to Anchor, which then gets sent to iTunes and Spotify. So just imagine last time, this 8 to 10 minute video is going to get turned into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of content distributed amongst multiple platforms. If all that did was get you one new person into your audience, into your email list with that 8 to 10 minutes, would it be worth it? I bet it would. I bet you're a bit like me and you're kind of like, I want to optimize my time. I'm not here trying to spend day and night trying to hustle and attract the right people. But if I can do more and essentially with less time, then that is how I want to run my business. So going over, before I forget, we go much more into depth to this as well. Going over to ventobot.com/book to get the book, where we take our private clients through to generate never-ending leads. Chapter 3 is the automated content strategy, very similar to what I'm talking about here, where we go ahead and get it. Just cover shipping. I'll send it right over to you. Again, I send these out, so I have it on, I think I have it on Amazon, but I would suggest get it from there so that I could actually personally send it out to you, and that'll be great. Now, if you have any questions, let me know what it is that you found the most valuable in this particular video, and I will see you next time.